Hey guys, how you doing, man? It's Joe D. And right now, I will start right away by saying I am having a Cano Bliss hazy IPA, 7.2% ABV, Oscar Blues. Um, I'm setting up the shows for tomorrow, all the New Year's Eve shows for New Year's Day, going into when the clock strikes midnight in all the various time zones. And so I thought that why not bring you in on the process? There ain't much of a process to speak about. Um, but if you're not familiar, then yeah, I guess so, huh? Let me see. Let me pull up my StreamYard here. Okay, so we're live here with this one, but let me. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Let me get a few things off my desktop here so I can go over this a little better, a little easier. So we're gonna do what? 5 different shows, right? I'll make the GMT show the longest, well, half hour, and then we'll do the Eastern time zone a half hour, and then after that, that'll all be like 15 to 10 minutes. Central will be 15 minutes, and so on and so forth. Mountain, um, and so on and so forth. So, but I was trying to figure out what time midnight is GMT, but I think I just figured it out. I Googled. Let me share the screen with you. Let me see. Let me do GMT. Share the screen first of all. There we are. So, oh, since it's just me here, hell, I could do it this way even, or I could flip it around. I think, or how do you do this on StreamYard? So GMT. There we go. Greenwich Mean Time. So right now, uh, it happens to be the right time because my time right now is 4:46 and 35, 36, 37 seconds right now. So this is actually the appropriate time tomorrow. So for me, I'll set up the show for 4:30 my time in Arizona, and because 5 o'clock my time is midnight GMT. All right. So, all right, we got moderating of the comments here. We got Hans in the chat. What's up, man? How you guys doing, brothers? Uh, so let me go over here and let me go to my StreamYard and we'll get these things set up here. So I typically will click on these two things here. Well, before I do that, I didn't set this up on StreamYard last year, did I? Or this yeah, did I do that on StreamYard? I don't know. Hold on. Let me go to let me back up a little bit here. I need to go to my YouTube page and the part of my YouTube page that's confidential. Like y'all don't need to be seeing all that. Let me see. Let me go through my videos here and see. I'll need to search my videos and check the wording on my. Let me see. New Year's. Okay, so let's see here. All this part's okay. So we'll go back to that. So, oh, this part's okay. So here is this show right now. And let's see. Yeah, here's a show we did on this very same exact thing. Discussion for a New Year's show, and that was December 17th, 2017. Here's 2017, some more. Central Eastern Mountain. See, this appears there was 6 of them. No matching videos. What are you talking about? You just showed me videos. All I did was click show all. Yo. Okay. Yeah, I like that description. That's a good description. Eastern time zone. So that's the way I did it. Okay. I like to copy and paste things because I'm a cheater. Okay. So we'll just do it like that. How about that? That looks good to me. How about to you guys? Yeah, it's okay to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So we click Facebook and YouTube. I think this might be the first time on both platforms that we do this. So we'll do GMT, and I know that's kind of saying it twice. GMT time zone. Right? I think that's saying time twice, isn't it? Should I put New Year's, Happy New Year's? Happy New Year's 2021 and then GMT time zone? Or should I go Happy New Year's GMT time zone 2021? I'm thinking I should put it like right here in the front. No? 2021, like that? Oh, that's 12. Sure, some of you guys wouldn't mind going back a few years, maybe. Maybe. Depends. Yeah, 2012. Nah, we're good. A lot of stuff happened for me in 2012 that I really don't want to relive again. I'm good. I'm on the good side of that right now. So yeah, we'll stay the hell out of that. Okay. This description I like because it's one line, it's simple, it's quick. I like it. Quick New Year celebration for the GMT time zone. Again, I know that's kind of saying a double, right? And we'll schedule that. We'll schedule that. Let me see for tomorrow. New Year's Eve. Local time for me is 4:30. And we need a thumbnail. So I need to go over here and honestly steal an honest thumbnail. um, New Year's 2021. Let's see what we get here. Go to images. This might be a good one. This might be a good one. Which one should we acquire? 2020 is over. I'll drink to that. Goodbye 2020. Hello 2021. Or should we go basic like this? This one might be kind of cool. First rule. Nah, that's not generic enough, is it? That's kind of, yeah. Goodbye. How about this one? Goodbye 2020 with the toilet paper thing. Remember, toilet paper was really What would be the theme of 2020? Just Corona. I mean, it has to be Corona. It's either Corona and or toilet paper. I think they go together, right? Like, who knew we would have a toilet paper shortage? Last year's New Year's, would you ever have fathomed a toilet paper shortage? Yeah, Hans says the toilet paper sounds good. Hans votes for the toilet paper. He says, I'll drink to that. Sounds good. Toilet paper sounds good. Yeah, he says, yeah, do that. Yeah, I don't need too much pushing. I'll do that. I just need to find one that's a little not as square. I have to find something that's not as square because it needs to fit within the it needs to be more longer like this, not as I know I keep saying it, but not as square. Let's see. Yeah, all these are kind of square. This ain't gonna work. It's gonna end up getting cut off. I like it though, but it's gonna end up getting cut off. I think you can kind of set. I like this one. This one's kind of cool too. Man, that one was kind of. I like the whole toilet paper thing. That one was kind of good. Peace out 2020. Here's masks. Oh man. Are we ever gonna I don't know, man. I see these masks kind of sticking around. Will you survive 2020? Here's 2021, just a big 2021. Yeah, we might have to go super generic like that again. Yeah, we might have to. I'm not not finding one that's I like that one, but yeah, we're not finding one that's yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to do that. Or just a big generic Happy New Year with no date on it, right? Just a generic Happy New Year. I mean, you definitely don't want nothing like this with crowds in the street. That just kind of bums you out, doesn't it? Like, are we ever going to do this again? I think maybe. There's people that are having parties right now, maybe not this big, but smaller crowds, no masks, all sorts of stuff. And oh, by the way, I want to make sure to salute somebody. Oh, hey, look at that. We got Havana in here. Malt liquor shout out. All right. He got his malt liquor shout out in there. Happy New Year 2021. I think we're just going to go super generic like this, man. We're not going to. Yeah, here's one. Yeah. See, we need one definitely like that. Like, see how this is nice? See how this is 900 by 450? We need something like that. It needs to be like a banner like that. Maybe I should put them settings in there, huh? Let's do that. Let's go 900 by 450. Let's put that in there and see what we get. Maybe we'll get stuff that fits our yeah. See, I still like this one, but it's not gonna fit, man. Doggone it. Doggone. Yeah. I like this one. This is a cool sticker right here. Goodbye 20. Look at that. Oh, that is clever. I like it. I like it. That is clever. Whoever came up with that one, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I like that one. You could it's a sticker, so you could stick it anywhere. Stick it where the sun don't shine. Yeah, see, this is cool too. I can appreciate that. You got that sucked. Let's not speak of 2020 again. Happy New Year. Anybody side with that one? Yeah, I definitely kind of side with that one. Okay, back to let me get back to it over here. Let me scroll through a few of these. There's got to be something that fits, man. Yeah, I don't want any reference to a mask. I mean, we have to wear masks, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that in the banner forever. 10 years from now, we're looking back through the shows, and then you're like, oh yeah, the mask. Oh man, buzzkill. There's still going to be fireworks, so that's kind of a thing. Um, yeah, worldwide virtual party. It's kind of what we do, isn't it? We've always kind of done that. It's kind of funny that 2020, the rest of the world caught up to the Share Beer show, isn't it? Peace out, 2020. How about that? God, I wish this was longer, but it's not. It's a sticker. They're literally selling it. Doggone it. Yeah, I'm gonna get stuck with something. I suppose I really shouldn't be. I think this is. Yeah, I think we just go with this, right? Here's one. Go like that. Here's one. Champagne glasses. Come on. Yeah, here's one. It's kind of colorful. Sure, why not? Yeah, why not? That one it is. Sure. Why not? Okay, so let me go um, back over here, and then I'll add that one in real quick. I'll share the screen here in just a second. There we go. Yeah, so now I got to see how it makes you do this here. See, so that what's in the box is all that I can put in the thumbnail. So that's what it'll look like. Okay, boom, done. And so I'll do that for all the shows. That'll be all the way all the shows look like. So we'll start this one a half hour early. Here we go. So that one's created tomorrow, 4:30 my time. So we'll have Facebook and YouTube, of course. And that'll be how they all go. They all get set up that way. How you guys doing today, man? By the way, something really important, really quick too, but something pretty important. We had a pretty significant death today, right? A couple of them, though, from what I'm hearing. We had a couple of them. And I'm trying to think of that one guy's name. The guy, it wasn't Boogaloo Shrimp. The guy from that Breakin' movie, the one that he wore that kind of hoot, and it's kind of ironic too, because the guy that did wear that black hat from Houdini, he passed away, but that was a few days ago. That might have even been a week and a half ago that he passed away. And then also the guy from that Breakin' movie that dated the ballet dancer, he died. He was a pretty significant guy. But he died today from what I hear. And then one of the let me run a search on this because this is kind of a big deal. Marianne died. And I was a Marianne guy. Um, Yeah, Marianne died. Yeah. So here's here's the screen share on that one. And I was a Marianne guy, man. And she passed away, another victim of COVID, man. Here's the story right here. Dawn Wells, Marianne on Gilligan's Island, dies of COVID-19 complications at 82. There you go, kids. Right there, man. I was a Marianne guy. There she was back in the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. You weren't going to go wrong on that deal. Marianne or Ginger was the debate forever. I think it still will continue to go on. But yeah, big salute to Marianne. Cheers to her, man. A lot of filled a lot of my childhood. That was um, I watched Gilligan's Island a lot as a kid growing up, for sure. Yeah, Gilligan's Island, Marianne. But yeah, she passed away. And then the guy, I wish I could remember his name. Let me I'm gonna have to Google that one as well. Um what was his name? Uh let, let me see. Let me see celebrities who died in some celebrities who died in 2020. When was this updated? The 29th. It was updated the 29th, and that's not really going to include everybody, is it? Because there were significant people, I think, that died today. Was it today or yesterday? Yeah, this ain't going to include everybody. Died in 2020. Yeah, this needs to be like updated, just hours ago or so. Yeah, because yeah, well, this is actually this is kind of interesting because, see, you've got pictures here. Eddie Van Halen, Kobe Bryant started out the year. That was right before COVID. Chadwick Boseman, he wow, that was a shocker. And his Eddie Van Halen, and man, I mean, look at this list. This is sad. Regis Fieldman. Some of these people were quite young, man. Kirk Douglas, Terry Jones, Jerry Stiller, man. I mean, I'm a Seinfeld fan, so that was a big one to me. Wilford Brimley, another big one. Uh, Conchata. How do you say her name, Farrell? Rocky Johnson. Look at this. All these celebrities that died this year. Makes you wonder how many of them was, because of COVID or something. It's crazy. Kind of sad. Yeah, Han says too many deaths this year. Next year, I think it's worse. I don't want to be a pessimist, but hey, if I'm not mistaken, I think yesterday, Tuesday, was our highest as a country reported day of COVID patients. And so there's tomorrow will be interesting. There's hope, right? Going into 2021. There's always hope. We always traditionally we have wished for the best and gone into the new year very positively, and I think we can here as well. It's just with caution, right? And I I think one of the words that we can use as a descriptor for 2020. I think one of the words, of course, is COVID 19, toilet paper, um, but also fatigue. I think fatigue, just being flat tired, just being, tired of boom, tired of this, tired of that, tired of, right, and fill in the blank, but just being tired. But that still doesn't take away from our hope and our positivity going into the new year. It's just going to be with caution, right? It's just going to be one of those New Year's Eves where we're not necessarily yay going into it just blindly. Maybe some are and some will, but I think an abundance of us will be at home celebrating as I always do anyway. But I have to crack open. I happen to have another can of, but we'll be doing our usual deal, man. We'll be playing music. We'll be having the lights going. We'll have a lot of energy going, and we'll have fun like we always do on these New Year's shows, man. Um, but my thinking is just caution, you know. But the positive thing is we're still here. You know what I'm saying? Let's not lose focus of that. We're still here. And it's just going to be going into the new year, just remembering kind of to me a couple of things. Cautious, right? Safety, being careful, and decisions, man. It's all about decisions. What decision are you going to make going into the new year? And it's going to be, you know, really, really important more than ever right now, right? That's what I think. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a decision we have to make one way or the other, right? We're forced to make some extremely tough decisions. How you handle it is up to you. But you have to remember these things are just decisions and we're still here. Yep, we're going to have multiple videos. Hans is asking if we're going to have multiple videos. Yeah, I just showed you setting up the GMT one, but we'll have 5 shows. So we'll have GMT, Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Western Pacific time zone. So Hawaii always gets left hanging because by the time Hawaii hits, that's it, son. You know what I'm saying? My energy is spent. Sometimes I barely make it through the Pacific time zone, but I do. I do. Uh, you know, but I'm just glad that we could do something like this. You know what I'm saying? Glad that we could celebrate this together again. I think it's more important now than ever, right? Like just to have a vehicle like this where we can just get together online, man, and hang out like we always have on the Share Beer Show, but others haven't. But even in this time, we're going to be looking for this even more, even for those of us that are used to it. You know, our options are kind of cut down. You know, so that leads to that other descriptor that I was talking about, that fatigue. That leads to that fatigue. But with that fatigue, we have to remember, and I think sometimes just hearing someone say that, "Hey, man, I'm tired. I'm tired with you, man. I'm tired effing with you, man. Trust me. I may not have been locked indoors like you was. I was outside this whole time delivering all these different goods, delivering good uh, products that make up craft beer. I don't necessarily deliver beer per se, um, but delivering the goods and things that we need to to consume now as consumers. And so I'm outside all day every day typically, but I think it's good to hear it coming from someone else that you're familiar with. If I'm a familiar face to you, then I think that helps. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, man. But at the same time, hey, man, we're still making decisions. We're still here. We're still breathing. We're still able to learn from some of these other things that are happening and make decisions for our survival. And right now, that's kind of what it's about, right? But we're still alive. We still have to set goals. We still have to do different things for our lives, right? Um, so we can't lose focus on that. Hans is asking also, what's my New Year's dinner? I don't have a set dinner. I've heard of a lot of people um, with different things that they need to eat, different things they need to have in the house for New Year's. I I actually was not aware of these things until a few years ago. Uh, some people need to have particular shapes of fruit in the house. Some people need to eat a particular thing. Some people need to clean. All these things are bad luck, good luck sort of things. Hey, man, whatever helps you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, uh, do it. Whatever helps you going into a new year, whatever you feel you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, scratch your left butt cheek 3 times or something. I have no idea, man. Just whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, do it if that man. Just do that in private, please. You don't necessarily need to tell us all about it, but but whatever it is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you need to eat a particular thing, or you need to make sure to have a particular few things in order, get all that done, man, and let's go into this new year, um, you know, with a very cautious fresh start, right? A very cautious fresh start. For some of us, I heard about this congressman elect out of Louisiana who passed away yesterday. Never even got to serve in office as a congressman for the state of Louisiana. 43? Was he 43 years old? Diagnosed or tested positive on the 18th, and he died 11 days later. So this thing is still real, son. This thing is still real. Thanks for asking that question, Joe. Yes, we are still doing our Saturday show, of course. Of course. Hans says his dinner is honey ham, mashed potatoes, and peas. I've heard with gravy. I've heard of people having peas. I've heard of that before for New Year's. Again, with the round fruits or vegetables. I've heard that. I don't know what the superstition is. Uh, what the meaning is behind that, but yeah, I've heard people needing to eat round food going into the new year, or at least have particular round foods in the house. A particular number of them as well is important. I have no idea, man. I don't do these things. But yeah, Joey, thanks for asking that, man. Because he says, "Are you still doing a Saturday show?" Yes, absolutely. Yep. even if Saturday, and I think it will be next year, right? Because New Year's this year is Friday. So next year, even if Friday is the New Year's Eve shows going, at midnight, we would still have and will still have our usual share beer show. Absolutely, nothing will uh, take that away unless YouTube shuts down. YouTube shuts down, then that kind of ends it, right? But we'll figure something else out. We've switched platforms in the past, so we can do it again. Um, I have wanted to jump on, but have to just listen to the show because I am at work every time you're alive. Yeah, that's. I'm hoping, and I see, and I don't want to set it up because I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm hoping to have a Friday morning show. Um, Fingers crossed, but that's in very light, not just in pencil, very light pencil. So when you erase it, like there's literally no evidence of it. It's in very light pencil. It's like when you turn the pencil sideways in very lightly shade whatever you're trying to write in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a very, very light pencil. But that is my thinking right now. So it just depends how things go for those shows. It is kind of a lot because over the course of 10 hours, I'll be doing five of these things. And so the 5 hour break there between GMT and the East Coast definitely helps. The Eastern time zone definitely helps. But after that, it's every hour until it's over. So that kind of Rui, what's up, brother? Good to hear from Rui, man. Um, oh, what do we got here? Uh, the moon of a woman bent over. What? Is that part of the round thing? Is that is that part of the round thing there, Hans? Is that so you must have round objects, so is that just I won't even go into all the round things that could possibly be on a woman, but yeah, that's again, whatever some people do need to, like Chuck Rollery used to say, make whoopee, for the new year. Some people bring in the new year with a bang, if you will. Hey, we got Mercy in here. Haha. Quote, until it's over, best description of 2020. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, Rod J, what's up, man? He says, cheers, buddy. Uh, very nice, bent over, yeah. And cheers. Yeah, I'm telling you again, to me, in my opinion, and that'll be kind of my theme. So just to give you a little thing of what I'm thinking going into these New Year's shows is it's just that. It's being safe, cautious and safe is kind of backslashed, if you will. I think they're the same sort of category. If you're selecting categories there on a pull down menu, I think cautious and safe is the same. Um, Cautious, safe, making decisions, and still having goals, still have something to look forward to. We're still alive, man. We're still here. It's just, I think, we can make better decisions. We can make, you know, what was it, 9 months ago, 10 months ago now that this thing started? We really, if you remember at the very beginning of this thing, every day felt like a week. Every week felt like a month. It was insane. We were like, you couldn't imagine. Of course, at first in the very beginning, we were hearing, okay, this thing's going to be over in 4 to 6 weeks. We're going to ride out possibly 8 weeks. So we're going to ride this out for 8 weeks. And I even did a series of shows. I made it, okay, we're in week 2. We're in week 3. We're in week 4. We're in week 5. And as we went through the weeks, we could not imagine what this time of year was going to be like. You couldn't see that far. We would get on every Saturday and it would feel like, oh my God, this happened, that happened. I lost a few people close to me with COVID-19. Um, you know, it's it was very traumatic. But now that's looking back. But now looking forward, we have all that in our past. Now we have all these experiences, and uh, thankfully we've gotten better at treating it. But now it's kind of running amok amongst us again, and so it's about decisions to me. Setting goals, making goals. What are you going to do to stay healthy? What are you going to stay in healthy, meaning physically, mentally, and financially? And I think of those three, I think the mental part is most important. I think we focus so much on physical health and financial health, those two things that you forget. You always forget about that. that I hate to figuratively flip the bird, but I think we as a society have not, and we're catching up now, but we have not put as much importance on mental health. And if you can get by something mentally, and I think once you do enough physical stuff, you realize, if you exercise a lot, if you like to run, it's always, if your last physical thing you did was even in high school athletics, you remember that it's always that mental part that stops you from excelling, right? That stops you from doing your best at whatever it is. It's always that mental obstacle, right? And we can generally get back to fundamentals, right? If you played football, if you played soccer, if you played basketball, whatever you did, even if it's I don't know, man. Even if it's just being an accountant, it gets down to the fundamentals, doesn't it? Not overthinking it, man. You know, that mental part of it. It haven't we learned by now at this point as adults, and I'm assuming that I'm talking to adults now. I know my inner self is still 12, so take it with a grain of salt, possibly. But isn't it like we we know as adults that 80% of it, maybe even 85% of what we do is mental, man, right? It's all mental. And that other 15 or 20% is that physical part. But man, if I mentally going into a match against you, if I mentally can see beating you and I know I can beat you, I probably will. Somehow, some way. You might be stronger than me in several different ways. But if you're mentally weak going into that in any sort of way, right? Then I probably will beat you. Even though legitimately I shouldn't have. Because you work out like an animal and you're this and that. And I sit down on the sofa and eat McRibs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, and there should logically be no reason why I should beat you in a contest, but I still do. And it's probably because I'm mentally a little bit more prepared, right? So I think going into this new year is just more about the mental side, because what are we? The other part that I mentioned is that fatigue, right? The fatigue. And what is that? We're not physically tired. Hell, I just slept all night. You know what I'm saying? I got a solid 7 hours of rest. And for me, that's real unusual. You wake up and you know you're physically rested, but boy, you feel like exhausted, right? You feel like, I'm so tired. And it's all mental, right? It's mental. A lot of us aren't used to this sort of thing. I am. I'm very used to this sort of thing. A lot of us that are introverts or partially an introvert and a little extroverted in some areas. If you're all extrovert and you're used to getting outdoors and you're used to doing stuff with people all the time and being out, this is killing you. This is another mental challenge. So I think this is a time when we need to rethink and reset and going into 2021 again, cautious / safe, and setting those goals and focusing on that mental side, on the mental health, because it's really important now. We can't get out like we used to, and if you have, good for you. Some people don't. I do. I meet these people that live. I'm in Arizona, man. There's places out here that you're far. Some people move to areas and you're very far away from people, and that's fantastic. And so those people, they live out in the desert and they can have pretty much a similar life as they always had because there's not a lot of people around. And I'm sure in other parts of the country, you're very much the same, whether it be a desert or a forest or wherever you live. You may live out in out in the country where there's a lot of land and you can still get out there. And that's fantastic. But for the rest of us that can't, um, you know, it's challenging. And that's all it is. It's not impossible. It's just another challenge. How are you going to do it? Now those people that were extroverts and needed to get out all the time and and run and do outdoors things, there's a lot more people on those trails these days. I've been out hiking, not a whole lot as you can tell, but I have been out there. And man, if you don't go super early, at least here in Phoenix, those trails are going to be. If you start to go after 11, let's call it, oh, forget about it. Them trails are crowded, man. You're gonna run into a lot of people. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what they got. It's raising your risks, right? And when you're doing physical activity, you're passing people, you're breathing heavier. All these sorts of things lead to higher risk, higher odds. Is this a good decision? It gets back to that mental part, the decision making. What else can I do? What else can I do to survive but stay safe, cautious, right? We encourage each other to, hey, be careful, right? If I care about you, one of the things I might say is be careful, be safe. Okay, F that. How? How am I supposed to stay safe, stupid? Of course I'm going to stay safe. I want to survive like you. What are you doing? Tell me how to stay safe, right? Give me a different opinion, right? And so that's what we're going to do, man. I think going into the new year, we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that, right? How? How? Already, I'm trying to give some perspective on how possibly. You know, I think this is fantastic, man. I think it's just another opportunity for us to share together the how, right? A lot of W questions, right? A lot of who's and the what's and the when's and the where's, but it's the H question that helps, right? The how. The one, hey man, well, how am I supposed to do that? Everyone's asking the W, right? But who's saying the H? Well, I'm gonna tell you, give you some hows. I hope I'm giving you some hows, some reflecting on hows, and then you can share with other people and help them. You know what I'm saying? Some more H, help, right? It's perspective, man. You know, that's what it takes, man. We help each other that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty used to this, as you can tell. You can go through the whole catalog of videos. We've been doing this for years. I'm good. I can stay indoors for weeks, man, without the whole delivery thing is like, oh, manna from the gods for someone like me. Are you kidding me? I'm like, oh, where has this been my whole life? It's so good. Let me see. Exercise? I could buy a treadmill and have it delivered. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I don't even have to go outdoors for my mac rib anymore. I can have my mac ribs delivered. And I did that yesterday. Multiple mac ribs with extra sauce, mind you, delivered. It's fantastic. McDonald's has these new McDelivery bags now. It's fat. Has anybody, by the way, I hope to God everyone watching the show has had a mac rib this season, at least one. And if you had one, you might as well have two. Just saying. Goals, people. Okay. Have you had this mixed berry drink from McDonald's? It's fantastic. Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. You can order it in the app. I order it in the app. It's a mixture of whatever and whatever, and they call it Sprite mixed berry or something or other. I don't know. It's fantastic. Oh my God. Love it. Let me go through some of the comments here real quick. Let me see. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. We got Neri in here, man. Boom! Neri's ready, man. Start this party already. Yeah, Neri's ready. I like it. I like it. Mental health is important to me. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, mental health is very. We just don't, as a whole, and I say in this country, but I mean globally even, we don't put enough importance on health, on mental health. We say health, but we mean physical health, things that we can see, that we understand, and that's the things that we can't see, we just don't understand. And we ask people, hey, how you doing, man? But you don't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Right? A greeting to people used to be hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You don't say that anymore. Hey, what's up? But as you're walking, you don't really genuinely. If someone tells you how they really are, well, hold on. Let me tell you what's up. I'll tell you what's up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, nobody means it. That's a hello these days. Hey, what's up? But they keep walking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's not a lot of it. If you need an idea for a talking point, quote, what years were worse than 2020 this century? Yeah, that's a good question. 1929, Great Depression. 1939, start of World War II, for everyone apart from the states who were late. That's a very good point. Joey said 9/11. Yeah, 9/11. When 9/11 hit, actually, that's a very good one. 9/11 is a good one because we are still living with side effects from 9/11, right? Things that happen, things that we do now on a daily basis and don't even think about because it's just become part of our lives now, were because of 9/11. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing. I feel like things that we are doing now, because of COVID, are just going to be with us 10, 20 years from now. And you're not going to think anything of it until the next thing comes that affects us. And you're like, oh, well. Remember when we used to wear paper masks and now you've got these big rubber mask things on and you're going to sound like Darth Vader going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Right? It could be like that. 9/11 wasn't a year, it was a significant I'm sorry, it's a single horrific event within 2011. No, it was 2001. 2011 was 10 years later. Well, that impacted the states most, but it affected our allies as well. Yeah, it was a big deal, man. Uh, it made 2001 the worst year. Name something else that happened that year to date. Oh, that year to note. Okay, he said right here to note. Damn touchscreen. Yeah. Well, that phone you're using, phones weren't what they were, or 9/11 might have been significantly different. Teen Wolf stole my weed, according to Vega. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Um, sorry, I meant 2001. Yeah. Yeah, but 2020 it was a consistent horrific event month after month. 2001 was one bad event. Rest of the year, previous 9 months were fairly average. Uh, Monster Baiters at Teutonica, Teutonica. Hopefully, 2021 is better. Yeah, and that's really all we've got is hope, right? We're just hoping. Uh, and for some of us, it's not going to be better. For some, 2021 is going to start out with a bang. I don't doubt that if someone that is connected to this show has something very terrible happen within the first 2 weeks of January. It's the way it rolls. I've had years immediately where someone just passes away at the beginning of the year, just immediately. I mean, just within days. I mean, you're barely into the second or third day of the new year, and bam, XYZ significant event happens, and then that whole year after that just kind of crumbles, and you're just ready for that year to be over already, and it just started, you know. But it's key to kind of keep in focus in those times, and just remember, hey, we are still here. You know, adversity breeds innovation. With such an adverse year, I am hoping 2021 will be the year of innovation. Me too, man. Not a one Mac rib here. And that's exactly what is wrong with people in Kentucky. Let me tell you, folks, that is exactly what is wrong with Kentucky. And I've been there a few times. Yeah. Just nuggets, though. Yeah. See. Evening, Joe. Hey, what's up, Craig? Good to see you, man. Good to hear from you, as always. Um, Mercy says McRib cannot come to the UK due to some weird death and safety issues of mixing beef and pork on flat tops. Breakfast pork stuff is okay though. Yeah. Cheers, Rod and the lovely Craig. And he says, "Cheers, Adam." And dinosaurs has it worse. We haven't had to deal with an asteroid hitting Earth yet. Yeah, we haven't. As a matter of fact, I just watched that movie. Greenland, is it Greenland? I just watched that movie. I right before I started the show, I just watched that movie. Cheers, Adam, Rod, and cheers to Craig. In my opinion, the McRib has underperformed this season. Kentucky Kentucky has its issues for sure. You see our lead senator? Yeah, telling you. People just just go south. Do whatever you got to do to get the hell out of Kentucky. Save yourselves. Save yourselves. Roger Senator needs to leave office for real. Oh, people all, yeah. Damn it again. Yeah, the touchscreen. The touchscreen's killing Joey today over Mitch. Laugh out loud. Underperformed. Inferior pork meat used. Look, I am not even convinced that it's actual real pork. It might be whatever mystery meat they use to make McNuggets, and they just shape it in something different and stamp it on one side in the shape of a rib. I don't really care. It's the best sandwich ever. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Right? Yeah. I even got a Mac Rib shirt. You know what? I might have to wear my Mac Rib shirt for New Year's now that I think about it. I think it's very appropriate attire for going into the new year. It's the first national release of the McRib, and I think it deserves celebration. I think the McRib brings all the hope. You notice me pointing as a Bill Clinton politician? As the hope of the future of not only this country, but the world. I think all we have to do is look to the Mac Rib. Oh, man. Oh. Joey says they are going soft on the sauce. That's the problem, Adam. No one says it's pork. Oh, Neri's crashing out now. Okay, man. Cheers, Neri. We'll see you, my friend. Big salute to you, man. Thanks for jumping in. You know what? I've got a McRib hack. Yeah. Maybe I should make that the show title. Setting up New Year's shows and McRib hack. You go on the McDonald's app. Order extra sauce on your McRib on the app. I have yet to get charged extra for it. You walk up to the counter and ask for extra sauce, you get charged 30 cents. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, what does he say? Joey says vegans do not approve of that message, Joe. Yeah, that's what do what do vegans approve of? Are vegans really people? I think once they proclaim to be vegans, they're automatically what do you call it? People that like to disagree with everything. Um it starts with a C, doesn't it? Oh my God, I'm forgetting. Yeah, the people that like to disagree with everything, don't they? Aren't they kind of those people? They claim to be really happy, but they hate everything, don't they? And I think it's because they can't eat meat or anything else for that matter. Poor people. I feel sorry for vegans, really. Hey, but a lot of our beer is vegan. Yeah, you don't see them stopping drinking beer, that's for sure. Craig asked, missed that part. Missed the start, Joe. Are you doing the New Year time zones again tomorrow? I am. That's actually what I am doing here. I was setting up the GMT show, which I think is actually for you. I think that's your time zone. Because it's just past midnight, if I'm not mistaken, for you right now, Craig. So Neri says, going to sleep here. Prepare for tomorrow. Boom. Right on, man. Rajay says, vegans eat rocks and be like, taste like cookies. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That stuff you're eating is awful. It's awful. It's really a lifestyle going vegan. Yeah. Yeah, it's a total lifestyle. And when you're a vegan, you have to drive three things, right? One of three things. You're either driving a Subaru, name the model, have at it, or you're driving a Prius, again, name the model, whatever. Or if you want to really up your vegan game, you're in a Volvo, right? Like that's like, oh, ultimate vegan. Volvo, right? Eating rocks with XYZ flavoring on them. And and what else? What else can I what other way can I insult a vegan right now? Yeah, Craig. Yeah. It says this, Joey. Um, yeah. So Craig says, yeah, it's 12:49 there. Yep. So yeah, that is. So tomorrow you start it. So I set it up. Beginning of the show, you can watch it. I set that show up. Well, you should be able to see. You should be able to go to YouTube and set your alert for it. And once this show's over, I will set up Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Western, Pacific. So we covered some of the people that have passed away this year. I still have that on the screen. We got Chadwick Boseman, Naya Rivera. Kobe was a big one. That started again, getting back to the year. For some people, the year is going to start out with a bang. Kobe this year was just that. That was a shocker. Him and his daughter dying in that helicopter. Eddie Van Halen. Some of these other deaths you could kind of see coming, but a big one that just happened is Marianne. Marianne. I was definitely a Marianne fan. I was a Marianne guy, but her dying is you know a little sad, man. So I gave a big cheers to Don Wells, 82 complications of COVID. That was sad. In the urban communities, though, the guy that was from Breaking, God, I need to. I'm going to search that. I think I said I was going to search for that earlier. And let me see, um, actor from Breaking. Yeah, in the movie, Breaking movie, passed away. Yeah, because he died. Yeah, there he is. Adolfo Shabadoo Quinones. Yeah, he died. He was 65. The minute I show his picture, you'll remember who he was. Um, and for me, this is big. I grew up. I knew some of these guys. I didn't know them like they were like, "Hey Joe, what's up?" I didn't know them like that. I just was familiar with some of these guys growing up in LA. And so when that movie hit, it was such a big deal in the 80s. It was such a big deal. But this cat, he passed away. Um, that movie was big, man. It was big. He was 65. Um, he passed away. And I was describing that black hat that he wore, that which was similar to the cat from Houdini that passed away. I think about a week or a week and a half ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago. Um, that one. So in the hip hop community, these were significant people. Um, um, this guy was significant. Now, granted, I didn't even know his name, but the movie was significant. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember all the people's names from Houdini, but that was a hip hop group that I liked. Um, and these cats were all passed away from uh, COVID. You know, So it's, sad. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna look up the John Fletcher. Yeah, from Houdini. John Fletcher was the one that passed away at 56. He's the one in the middle here, and you might see his picture and then remember who he was. But that was another significant group, man. Um, Significant to the whole history of hip hop is Houdini. Um, they were big, man. Freaks Come Out at Night. I'd play the song, but you know how that goes for me with copyright restrictions. But yeah, Rajay says he was the DJ. And Grandmaster D passed away. So there's some pretty significant people that have passed away. Um, Whether it be someone that I grew up, and I'm sure Rod grew up, and if you're of my age, and even people that are younger, you grew up, and it was always the Marianne or Ginger question. Are you a Marianne or Ginger guy? I mean, that's any sort of fan of Gilligan's Island, and there are many. Even millennials that are fans of some of these shows. They were great shows. Um, yeah, it was always the Marianne or Ginger. Marianne or Ginger. And it's sad to hear some of these people flat gone now. But yeah, in the urban hip hop communities, there was some significant deaths as well. This COVID has really, whether it be actually in your family, someone passed away, or maybe someone popular or not so popular to a larger crowd, but to uh, like these two gentlemen that passed away, someone that maybe not everybody knows, but in certain communities, darn sure, very popular and are very familiar with their work. It may have touched you in that way, you know. Rod says he was always a ginger. He liked ginger. I was a Marianne guy. Trust me, there was not a loser in that argument. There was not a loser. It wasn't even really an argument because I don't know anybody that wouldn't have. Either way, I'm just saying there was no law, no loser there. Joe Clark just died as well. The iconic principal from Lean on Me. I did not know that. And Lean on Me is one of those movies I like to watch. What was an older movie I just watched? I just watched Goodfellas again. Oh, dude, what is it about some of these movies? I actually went on Apple TV Plus because, of course, you buy your new iPhone, they give you a year of Apple TV Plus service. So I went on Apple TV Plus, and I bought a few movies, and Goodfellas was one of them. I think they sold it for like, I don't know, $5 on there, but you're getting the Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos sound and 4K, blah blah blah. And oh my God, love that movie. Just love it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, the Goodfellas, Casino, Godfathers, all the Godfathers. They please, it checks all the boxes, man. Um, gotta watch them. Gotta have them on all formats, all the time. Um, I actually have some of these movies on Laserdisc still. Um, I still have a Laserdisc player, and I still have some of the. I have Lean on Me on Laser. I could blow your minds. Take a little intermission and pull Lean on Me on. If you've never seen, I will. Hold on. Never mind. It's in a spot where I can't quite get to it. But one of the discs that was in a spot where I could get to it is right here, man. This is a significant movie for me and for Rod J. Boom, Harlem Nights. Kids, have you seen a movie like this before? 12-inch movie? Maybe you have, maybe you have not. Well, here is what a laser disc looked like. It's the biggest CD you've ever not seen before. These are originals, man. Original pressings, as we would say in the vinyl community. There it is. If you've never seen what a 12-inch laser disc looks like. Now, my laser disc player doesn't have auto reverse. So you have side 1, as you can see on the label, and then you have side 2. So you have a nice intermission in the middle of the movie because you'll have to flip it over, and you can see there's some fingerprints on this and stuff. So it needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, these are original, man. I have not let go of them. They're still perfectly straight, as you can see. They're in really good condition. They just need to be cleaned. But I actually have something that can clean these really well. But if you've not seen a laser disc, man, this is what they look like. You have the movie art on the back, of course, and they still play in really good quality, man. You'd be amazed. Really good quality. And unlike, you know what's kind of funny is unlike vinyl, which typically come in cheap plastic, cheap paper inner sleeves, Laserdisc always came with these nice inner sleeves, which I kind of understand, but never understood why vinyl didn't. But yeah, this is a typical Laserdisc, man. Yeah, Harlem Nights. Yeah, good times, man. Um, but I promise you, I have Lean on Me. I promise you. It just is in a spot where I couldn't just grab it real quick. But yeah, so Adam says they are massive in comparison to DVDs. I never had one. Went from VHS to DVD. Yeah, no, they are. They're massive, and it was a short period of time. Laserdisc for a very short period of time. But they look pretty darn good when you play them again. Of course, my Laserdisc player is all analog. Believe it or not, it's digital to analog because it goes through your RCAs. But they looked pretty doggone good, you know. I think that was the beginning of some of your laser stuff, of course. So some of your um, oh my God, your your fiber optic cable connection there. How come I'm forgetting the name of that? It's still a big connection in the audiophile world, but yeah, a lot of fun. I have not played them because I need to find someone in my local area that can clean my machine first. I want to find someone that can go through it, clean it all. I have a really good tape deck as well, and I continue to buy tape cassettes um, because cassette tapes sound better than you really remember on a modern system. They sound phenomenally well, and but my tape deck also needs to be gone through uh, and cleaned and just gone through, of course. So same thing with that Laserdisc player, and then I will use them again. It's a fantastic format. I have a lot of Laserdiscs, probably 30 different movies. I would assume 30, maybe 40 movies. But yeah, I have movies like Big, Crocodile Dundee, Rocky. Um, yeah, many different movies like that, and so it'd be kind of fun to crack those open again and play those on a nice modern Dolby Vision and 4K type screen. You know, it'd be kind of fun. Anyway, guys, you guys take care, man. Thanks to everyone that jumped in for this. I'm gonna finish setting up the other 4 shows for tomorrow. Just check it out. Find the show that you want to tune into, or all of them, and once I get them set up, then set an alert for yourself. That's the purpose of presetting these things up, so you can set an alert and get them whenever we go live. Because the first 2, the GMT show for the UK and everyone across the pond will be a half hour. The Eastern time zone will be a half hour as well. And then the ones thereafter will be 10 to 15 minutes. Um, so just keep that in mind because it starts getting repetitive and a little exhausting the farther I get into it. But it's definitely a labor of love, if you will. Take care, guys. Thanks for jumping in with me again. We'll see you tomorrow.